to another episode of the Life in General podcast. My name is Nick.
I'm Ian.
So we're doing something a little different. So if you're...
we're doing a show.
Yeah, very true. If you are unfamiliar with Life in General, this started way back in... I'm going to give you the quick and dirty. Started way back in, January of 17? So we actually started Life in General, 2 weeks before Trump's first inauguration?
January 7th?
So 3 weeks.
Yep.
And I don't know. I don't even really remember what the whole idea was. Like the podcast idea was basically
just bullshitting, basically.
Because I'd wanted to do a podcast for years, and actually it was when I was living in Tennessee. I wanted to do one, but I didn't have anyone to do a podcast with. But anyway, so moved back up to Michigan in 2015. Started in January of 17, and the first year. The first Trump administration gave us a whole lot to fucking talk about.
Indeed.
So it was very heavily political.
Right. Which kind of got tiresome, actually, after a while.
After a while, it did. So then we, I don't know, over the years, we've kind of transitioned, did a lot of different stuff. We did Entertainment Now, which was movies and television, and we did some review shows, and then we did a whole podcast that was all about conspiracy theories, which was kind of fun until we started all conspiracy theories all link back together.
Yeah, they're always going to find their way back to a core thing.
So I feel like after a while I just I got tired of talking about politics, because when Joe Biden won the election in 2020, politics kind of got back to being a little boring.
Well, at least for us.
Yeah.
I mean, there was still tons to talk about, but it was just...
I think at that point I was just over all of it. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. So
I think it was the fact that when he won, it was kind of the indication that maybe Trump would just go away.
Yeah.
That's not the case, unfortunately.
I will say that I was talking to Mandy, my wife, a couple days ago, and actually even mentioned that I think this is kind of completely off from what I was talking about a second ago. Which, if you're new to Life in General, we get off on tangents and off on side topics all the time.
Our topic should just be tangent.
But I thought that I think the country would have been better off now if Trump had won the election in 2020. I
agree.
Because theoretically, he would be out of office. Theoretically, because who knows if he's going to be out of office
ever. Yeah.
But anyway, so we've done all these different things over the last. 2017 was 8 years ago?
Yeah, 8.5.
So over the last 8 years, we've been doing podcasts off and on. We've done lots of different things. And with Trump being reelected, I kind of wanted to start talking about some of this stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
Because for the last 5 years, we've been doing the Vinyl Den, which is all just music stuff. And I do plan on talking about some of that on here. Actually, I have a music topic I want to talk about today. Actually, a couple of music topics I want to talk about today.
Okay.
But I wanted to have a vehicle where we could still discuss other things outside of music. Because that's the one thing I've noticed over the last 7 years, or 8 years, whatever, how long it's been. 7 years, right? 8 years, 7 years.
8.5.
8.5 years. It's been a long day for me, so math's a little difficult, but...
we not good at math.
Me fail English? That's impossible. Which is a reference from The Simpsons, if you're unfamiliar with that. But I've realized over this time that I don't like talking about the same fucking thing all the damn time.
Right.
Music is the exception, because...
Well, music is kind of a broad... Even movies and stuff, you can go off into different areas within that topic.
Yeah.
Whereas politics, there's kind of a driving force with, especially right now.
Yeah. So I wanted to have a vehicle like Life in General to have different conversations, because Life in General, that's what it was initially about, was about talking about anything across the spectrum of life, whatever the fuck we wanted to talk about. And it's not as, and I know you don't like the format of the Vinyl Den.
Yeah, well, it's just I feel confined in structure. I don't like, if we're just talking, I don't like there being confinement to that.
Yeah.
There, This is fine. This is, free flow conversation is what I prefer.
Which is what the point of the podcast
Was. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it
should
is.
be, yeah.
and the YouTube channel. Like for the most part, like people don't watch hour-long videos.
I do.
Most people,
Right.
and most viewership on YouTube is limited to 15, 20, 25 minutes tops.
Yeah. I'd say 30 being the maximum, probably.
And that's why, for the most part, I try to keep Vinyl Den episodes 10 to 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're a lot easier to make that way. I do 3 videos a week. I do a Tuesday video, the new release video, which takes a lot of fucking time and research into doing those. So I really don't have a lot of time to do more than 3.
Right.
Or let's say 30 minutes of recorded video. The video I shot, the video I shot for that's going to be out tomorrow, the day after we record this. That was an hour and a half worth of video footage I shot
for 12 minutes.
for my album review videos. Typically are longer. They're
Okay.
I'd say 15 to 18 minutes long.
What albums were they? Just plug them a little bit.
The one that I shot for tomorrow, I don't know when this is going to be out. So
Oh, okay. Never mind.
this might be a few weeks before it comes out. But I shot the video for the new Machine Gun Kelly
Oh, yeah.
album.
Okay.
And I don't really script a lot of the stuff I record. I like half-assed script parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
My album reviews are a little more scripted, and I don't have a teleprompter, so I fuck up a lot of it. So I end up having to re-record parts of it, or I don't like things. Or
You fuck up while you're recording?
I know.
I am shocked.
I will say that I was talking to somebody not too long ago that saw a few of my videos, and they were like, "Man, you talk so well," and asked me if I used a teleprompter.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "No, I'm actually a bumbling moron. I shouldn't say moron.
I would.
I stutter a lot. I stutter a lot. I repeat words a lot. Like, so it takes me, when I'm doing something that's more scripted in quotes, because it's not really scripted, but
Right.
half-ass scripted. It's hard for me to get through some of those sometimes. I end up reshooting large parts of it. Generally for the most part, if I'm doing an album review video that's even, a little bit longer, 15 to 18 minutes, for the most part, I generally don't have more than an hour's worth of video to cut through.
Right.
Even my Tuesday new release videos, which have a lot of content or a lot of information in them, are generally about an hour's worth of information. So having an hour and a half long video to cut through and edit, that's a lot for me. But anyway, so it takes a lot to do longer videos if I were to do longer videos. So I don't really expect there to be a lot of editing with these.
No, it shouldn't be.
And there shouldn't be, because it's more conversational.
Right.
If you fuck up or stutter or whatever you do, it doesn't really matter.
I don't script anything.
Ian doesn't even do notes. So
Most of the time, you're right. No, the last several episodes I've been on, I had notes for those.
okay. So I will. So kind of going back to what I was talking about at the beginning, though, as far as format wise, there is a Life in General YouTube channel that these videos are not going to be on,
Right.
because the Life in General YouTube channel is all of our old content, which is just
Audio.
Mm-hmm. So I started fresh. We've done 2 of these Life in General videos already this year, and it's actually under Life in General, the Life in General podcast version 2.0, I think is what it's actually titled on YouTube, just because I wanted it to be separate from what we did before.
Right.
Because there's a lot of content. We've got 140 so we had 138 episodes of the original Life in General podcast, and then this will be episode 3 of the new version of it. So there's a lot of content out there. There's 900 videos on the Vinyl Den. There's hundreds of episodes of podcasts over the years that we've done. So we got a lot of content that's out there.
And if you listen to those, you can kind of hear the evolution of incompetence, really. At least on my part.
I will say that the Vinyl Den actually came from the Life in General podcast, because I don't know if you remember this, but before we started doing the Vinyl Den, before the pandemic and all that stuff, the very first episode of the month was always a music episode.
Right.
Where we would talk about music, we were talking about vinyl records. I would go over stuff that's be coming out that month, stuff like that. And when the pandemic hit and we were no longer able to record in person, that's kind of where that idea kind of launched from.
Right.
So it's kind of a return to what we were doing before. But anyway, Ian, what's been going on? I guess I should also say that Ian and I worked together for a very, very long time. Until just recently. We no longer work together. So
we still work for the same place. We're just in different departments.
Yes. Now. Ian's still in the emergency department. I have left the emergency department and gone to another floor in the hospital. I've gone to
he wanted something cushy.
I've gone to my retirement nursing position.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wanted something cushy. He didn't want all the. He got sick and tired of all the chaos.
The chaos. I will say that
you get in an ER even on a slow day.
Yeah, I got a lot of bullshit. Like I remember a 3-day stretch one time where I helped restrain 7 people. So which is a lot, and I'm over all that bullshit. Like give me my little simple GI procedures. I'm good. Like
the ER is definitely it's guerrilla medicine in many ways.
It's I've seen a lot of shit in the ER that I don't care to see anymore. So,
you know what the biggest problem with the ER is? The smell.
See, I don't have a sense of smell, so it doesn't bother me.
My sense of smell is dulled by years of nicotine addiction.
Yeah.
But when I do smell it, that means it's really bad. And basically, the ER for the last week has smelled like a toilet.
Oh, well, the good thing. See, I'm used to that because the unit I work on, we do just all GI procedures. So we do a lot of colonoscopies, things like that. So
you smell that, but apparently you don't. Everyone else does, but you don't.
Yeah. So going back to what I was saying, though, is I haven't seen you in a while, so what's been going on?
Well, here's the all of it. Nothing. I just fucking work. I sleep, I work, I sleep, I work. Sometimes I will change it up. Sometimes I won't sleep at all. I'll just go home, not sleep, and then go back to work. So there's that. That's the sum of my life.
I will say that I think that's been the biggest adjustment for me is I worked 312s for years, for 8 years. I worked 312s. So working 410s is different.
Is that 9 to 7?
So I work 7 to 5.
Oh, 7 to 5.
It's 7 to 5:30, but still.
Right.
So it's weird to actually like, because that's the thing about people that people don't understand about work. Because everyone's like, oh, working 3 days a week would be great, but when you work a 12-hour day, when you factor in travel time, like we can't park right outside our hospital and walk in. We actually there's a commute there.
Right.
So a 12-hour day is really a 14-hour day.
So I can park closer. Well, you could too, but I mean, I can park closer because I work nights. However, it's still a 14-hour day.
Yeah. So when you work a 12-hour day, that is literally a day deleted out of your life.
Correct.
Like, there is not a fucking thing you can do that day. So it's nice having a 10-hour day where I'm home earlier, actually have a few hours to like edit, do notes, things like that before I have to go to bed to go to work. And
you should say hi to your wife too.
What's that?
You should say hi to your wife.
I mean, I do. I actually spend a lot more time with her now. But so it's nice to have a little bit more of that time. It is a sacrifice, though, because now I have to be at work 4 days a week, which for 99% of the people out there, they're probably like,
still,
you're an asshole.
Well, to be fair,
it'd be nice to have 3 days off.
I do 4 days a week, but I do 2 12s and 2 8s.
Yeah.
I'm getting too old for the 12s. I don't want to fucking do the 12s anymore. My car is paid off next year in February. In March, I'm cutting out one of those 12s. I'm going to do 3 8s and a 12.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to cut my appointment too low. But I just don't want to do 12s anymore. 3 days a week sounds great, but I just don't want to do 3 12s. I can't do it. Because another thing,
10s are nice.
I would do 4 10s in a second. The thing is that what you didn't point out too is your new gig is more of a Monday through Friday thing.
Yes.
Whereas in the ER, it is not. There's no Monday through Friday. You're on a 2-week pay schedule. So some of those 12s, you might work 3 12s in a row.
Yeah.
And if you're only 12s, you could work 4 12s in a row. And
there for a long time, I never worked I worked 6 out of 8 days.
Right.
In a row. Like I would work 1 day on, 1 day off, 4 in a row. 1 day off, 1 day on, and then I'd have 6 days off.
Right.
So I'd have 6 days off every other week. But now I do basically Monday through Friday-ish.
Right.
I work one Saturday every 6 to 8 weeks, so it's like
not a big deal.
No.
And I wouldn't mind that. I'd like the idea, as it stands with the working 4 days. I can get every other weekend. I can usually get 4 days, but scheduling has not been very kind to me lately.
Yeah.
So this weekend I got 4 days. Next weekend off I only get 3.
Yeah, so. It is nice. It is kind of nice to be able to like plan stuff on weekends because I know for the most part I'm gonna be off now.
And to be fair, working nights, having 3 days off or having 4 days off is the ideal. Is not really having 4 days off.
Not when you work nights,
because you've got to readjust on the first. From your day off, your first day off, you're readjusting to accommodate everyone else in the world whose days, and then you lose that extra day on the end because you got to readjust back to a night schedule. So you really don't get 4 days at all. But of course, people who do my schedule doesn't seem to understand that. So
I don't have to really worry about it. So
you don't have to worry about that anymore.
I get 1 day off during the week. Mm-hmm. I don't even do my schedule. I'm like, oh, just schedule me whatever.
Right. Is parking better for you? Or is it the same?
It's the same.
Yeah. Because you're still at the main hospital.
Yeah. So it's, parking's not fun. But anyway, I didn't come here to talk about the hospital or anything like that.
I did. What are you talking about?
And now
40 hours a week there is not enough. I need to talk about it.
All right, I want to play a little game for you. So when we did for a very short period of time, we did a Vinyl Den podcast.
Yeah.
Which is fun. But we started doing these music games on there, and I had a lot of fun with music games. I don't know if you did. It's a little bit different. We would typically do like the Billboard game on there, where Ian would have to guess the top albums on the Billboard.
I liked the game when I was right,
and I can figure out some other games moving forward. But I've got it's a top 10 list for you.
Okay.
All right. So this is the top 10 British bands of all time.
Okay.
As voted on by the London Evening Standard. Ooh. Top 10. Okay. Can you guess the top 10?
Well, I can guess the bands that are in the top 10, but I don't know if I could guess their position. How's that? Is that fair?
You don't have to guess position. Okay. Just give me the top 10.
Well, I've got to say the Beatles are probably in there.
Okay. Beatles are number 1.
I figured. So the Stones are probably in there.
The Rolling Stones are number 5.
Okay.
Surprising. I was surprised to see the Rolling Stones at number 5.
You thought they'd be higher?
I thought they'd be higher. I thought they'd be number 2, but they're not.
I mean, I could just ramble off a bunch of British bands at that point. So you got Zeppelin. You got
hold on. Let me tell you where they're at.
Okay.
If they're on there.
Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin is number 2.
Really? Okay. Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd is number 4.
Okay. The Moody Blues.
These are going to start getting harder for you. The Moody Blues are not on there.
Yeah, okay. So let's see. I'm going to go. This isn't a stretch. I'm just going to throw it out there because I know they're not on there at all.
No. Yeah. Jethro Tull is not in the top 10.
Yeah. Sabbath?
Black Sabbath is not on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, these are just strictly rock bands, right?
These are strictly rock bands.
Are they primarily classic rock bands, or are there some newer bands on there?
There's some newer bands on there also.
Okay.
There's a couple of newer bands.
Now,
two of the bands are from the 2000s.
Oh, I won't get those then. Because I don't know. I might know the band, but I wouldn't necessarily know if they're British or not. How many do I have left?
Of the 10, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 of the 10 right now.
Okay.
There's some big ones you're missing still.
And these are bands, not individual artists.
These are bands. All of them are bands.
Cream?
Cream is not in the top 10.
Dead Air. I don't know.
You want some hints?
Give me one hint.
All right. Give
me a hint towards those newer bands because I don't. Those.
Well, you're not getting any of them so far. How about there's another really big band on there at number 3. They're one of the biggest bands of the 90s.
Of the 90s.
I would say probably one
British band. So Bush.
Nope.
Oasis.
Nope. Which I'm surprised Oasis wasn't on there.
They're not really British or Irish, aren't they?
They're British.
Oh, I thought they were Irish.
No.
Oh, they're from Liverpool, aren't they? Yeah.
Or Manchester. They might be from Manchester.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from Manchester.
big band in the 90s that was British.
Silverchair.
No, they're Australian.
I'm trying to think of they had a song. God, I'm trying to think of something.
You don't want to give it away.
A clue I can give you, but that isn't going to give it away.
Do you have their albums?
I do.
Okay.
Very, very popular.
But British.
Lead singer's first name is Tom. Is that?
Oh, Radiohead.
Yes.
They're number 3?
They're number 3, yeah, Radiohead. I was trying to think of anything to give you.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, they're a great band, but I don't know about
number 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Above Pink Floyd and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, no.
One of these bands is often cited as one of the biggest punk bands of all time, even though I don't really consider that
be
punk.
the Sex Pistols.
No. I would have been very, very negative if I had to give any clue about the Sex Pistols. I fucking hate the Sex Pistols.
British punk band.
Yeah.
Is it one of the newer bands?
No, they're from the 70s.
From the 70s.
Very, very big band.
Oh, The Clash.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Clash is number 9.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I'd put The Clash above Radiohead.
I probably would too. One of the newer bands is almost like the 2000s British version of Nickelback. Very plain, very vanilla-ish rock. It was all yellow.
It's all yellow? Is that a clue?
That should have easily given it away.
Well, apparently it didn't, because...
that was one of their very popular songs, Yellow.
From the 2000s?
Yeah. Lead singer is married to an actress, I think. Chris, what is his name? Crap, I'm drawing a blank on his last name now.
That's the actor?
No. Lead singer.
Oh.
Debut album was called Parachutes.
It's 21 Pilots?
Nope.
They're not. I didn't think they were British.
They're not British. Sophomore album was A Rush of Blood to the Head.
And rock, not punk or anything?
No, they're rock. Very fucking vanilla rock.
Yeah, you said that.
Very, very vanilla. They
were a little, other than that band,
they were a little cold.
Other than that band,
they were a little cold.
It's not helping.
Coldplay, come on!
Oh,
Ian.
Really, Coldplay?
Yes.
You should have.
People at home are fucking screaming at their TV. At their screens.
Yeah, all 5 of them. You should have said something. If you're going to give me a hint on that, you should have just said people like to cheat at their concerts.
Oh yeah, that would have been a great one. Damn.
Yeah, I would have given it away completely.
Yeah.
But
some other really big ones.
But they're older bands.
There is one band from the 2000s on here still.
Okay. Is Duran Duran on there?
Duran Duran is not on there.
Are there any 80s bands on there? Like 80s, like new wave-ish kind of rock?
Yes.
Depeche Mode?
No. Close, maybe, but think of like...
Well, The Cure. Obviously,
yes,
The Cure.
The Cure. That's where I was going next.
Yeah.
The Cure are number 8.
I'd put them above Radiohead, too. God.
I would also. So you've got 2 bands left.
2 left. One's from the 2000s.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, is the other one like a... Give me a decade for the other one.
I think the other one was 80s.
80s, okay. Rock or...
They were rock.
80s rock. Dire Straits?
I think their first album was 84. I'm looking right now. They only had 4 albums.
Okay.
They only released 4 albums. Their self-titled debut album came out in 1984.
Okay. 84.
They had their biggest commercial success here in the U.S. with their last album, which was released, 4th and final album released in 1987.
Wow. So they released 4 albums in 3 years and then disappeared.
They didn't disappear. They're
still touring.
Their lead singer went on to have a very successful solo career.
Oh.
And for some reason, a lot of people hate him. I don't really know why, but.
Oh,
He went by his last name.
Oh, the Police.
No, close. Police are not on the top 10.
Really?
No. Very close though.
Their first album came out in '79.
That was a good guess. Yeah,
guess. I think their first album came out in '79.
Their lead singer was Morrissey. Come on, Ian.
Oh gosh. What band was he in?
The Smiths.
The Smiths.
The Smiths were at number 6.
Uh,
And the band at number 7 that you'll probably never get.
Probably never get.
Think the first. So it's 2 words. The name of the band is 2 words.
2 words, 1 syllable. Yeah.
First word.
First word.
First word is a cold place. The second word is an animal.
Arctic Monkeys?
Yes.
I actually saw them in concert.
Arctic Monkeys are at number 7.
I didn't know they were British, though.
Yeah.
So I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, the top 10 British bands of all time, according to the London Evening Standard: the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Radiohead, Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones, the Smiths, Arctic Monkeys, who they have over the Cure, the Clash, and then Coldplay. Very interesting top 10.
Well, see, I wouldn't have put Coldplay on a top 10 list of any kind, first of all. Definitely
not,
The Cure probably could have knocked several of those back.
Yeah. I would have the Cure very, very high.
Yeah. I would have had the Stones at number 2.
Yeah.
The Beatles at 1 because, I mean, that just because they're iconic and
yeah.
they're an iconic British. I mean, they started the British invasion.
Yeah. I would probably go the Beatles, Rolling
Stones.
Stones, Led Zeppelin,
Yeah, because of their influence.
and then probably the Cure.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because I
I
started
sure as hell
thinking.
would be Radiohead at number 3.
No. I mean, Radiohead could come in maybe at like number 10.
Radiohead ahead of Pink Floyd and the Rolling Stones.
Well, you know how I feel about Pink Floyd, but I'd still put Pink Floyd way ahead of Radiohead. But just because
I'm a huge
of
Pink Floyd fan. I wouldn't have Pink Floyd at number 3 or number 4.
no, but Radiohead would not be ahead of them.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun.
So what is it? The London Evening Standard?
The London Evening Standard.
Fuck you guys! You don't know what you're talking about. What's wrong with you?
I thought
Something tells me they just looked up popular British bands and goes, I know that one.
They just kinda threw
I
it
know
against the
that
wall.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Much
don't
like
know.
the Academy does with Grammys and Oscars and stuff.
And actually, that was from July of this year. Is when they put that list together.
So just a month or so ago.
Yeah. There was something else music related I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you probably don't watch any of my YouTube videos. Of course not. So
I definitely don't watch the ones I'm in.
You know that I've been a very, very vocal critic of Spotify for a number of years. Okay?
Yeah.
So I did a video not too long ago about how I thought Spotify had kind of ruined music, and the original idea of this video actually came from a conversation we had a long time ago, which was basically you were talking to some people we worked with and was really surprised at how younger people have no connection to music because
So random and just
it's
shuffle.
It's just background,
Yeah.
right? There's no emotional connection to musicians. And the more I thought about it, the more I kind of blame a lot of that on Spotify.
Well, I think you should blame
And-
streaming in general because Apple's not innocent.
It is streaming in general. But one of my big things with Spotify was the fact that Spotify does not pay their artists. They are the biggest streaming service in the world. Their CEO has taken $400 million out of the company in the last 2 years. But artists make literally fractions of pennies.
Right.
You have to, if you have 1 million streams on Spotify,
You might get a couple
You're gonna
bucks.
make $3,000 off of 1 million streams. I did this video, and the mental fucking gymnastics people were going through
to try to
try to justify Spotify exploiting artists was mind-boggling.
Oh, I can imagine.
I actually had a band message me and say that their last payment from Spotify was $45, split between 5 band members.
Right.
How do you expect artists to survive? Do you know, and I talked about, not to cut you off, but
No,
I do
you're
want to
good.
say that someone asked the CEO of Spotify about this within the last year, and his response was basically, if musicians want to make more money, they should create and release more music more regularly. Not pay them more, just create more. Which
That sounds like the right saying, "Oh, if you're poor, just work more."
yes,
You know, because I'm already working 50 fucking hours a week or 60 fucking hours a week. Yeah, I've got plenty of time to work
Yeah.
more. But yeah, no, I get it. the business model, I don't think is sustainable, because as artists should be paid more, especially for such a big company, it'll get to a point. It's kind of like with streaming with movies and TV shows. There comes a point where the cost of the product no longer profits. There's no more profit in it, because you're only going to get so many people who either buy into the premium and are going to, and that's the other thing. So like ad revenue should be paying the artists, but if you're a premium member, there's no ads. How does that pay the artists? That comes from the subscription, but the subscription is still limited. It's $14 a month. I mean, if you've got 10 million people, that's a lot of money, but that's got to pay for the infrastructure too. Yeah. So it's just not a sustainable business model, and that's the problem. And the people who are going to be suffer are the artists, because in order for the business to succeed, they have to have all those artists, but they can't pay them.
Yeah.
And it sounds like in many ways they choose not to pay them because of the evils involved in the whole business model to begin with. The streaming business model sounds great. It's one of those things that looks great on paper, but in practice is proving time and time again to not fucking work.
I hear those same people, right? I hear people all the time that complain about the price of concert tickets.
Uh-huh.
And my response is 100% of the time, it's because of streaming.
Right. Well, it's because the artists just can't make money in any other way.
No. So for years, like artists have been taken advantage of by labels since the beginning of recorded music.
Right.
But the one thing that artists could always rely on is album sales. Mm-hmm. If they sold albums, they would be able to support themselves.
Right.
That is not the case anymore.
Well,
when you need to have a million streams to make $3,000, if you were on Apple Music, a million streams on Apple Music will get you $8,000.
Right. Which still isn't a lot.
Which isn't a lot, but that's a huge jump from $3,000.
Just over double, yeah.
If you get a million streams on Tidal, it's $12,000.
But Tidal's way more expensive too.
Tidal is more expensive. Apple Music is not. Apple Music and Spotify are the same price.
Right.
As of right now, until Spotify releases their $20 a month plan later this year. So,
but I'm going to look into that, because if they make it that it's automatically the $20 plan, I'm going to cancel it. The only reason I even hold on to it is just so, like, if I'm going through, there's a couple music pages I follow on Facebook.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll post an album or a band that I've never heard of. The only reason I even keep Spotify is I can go check them out.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't listen to, well, I shouldn't say I don't. I very rarely listen to Spotify as my primary source of music. I'm either, it's the other vinyl record, a CD, or a digital high quality, high def music that I've got saved. That's it. Other than that, I use Spotify strictly for exploring.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to spend $15 a month for that, but I am not willing to spend more than that.
I just thought it was kind of interesting, because like I remember a couple people said I was a hypocrite because at the beginning of my video, I promote my Spotify and Apple Music playlists.
Right.
And my response to that is it's not really hypocritical, because first off, I'm a single individual. I'm not going to solve the problem. Right. I also can admit that, yes, Spotify is the largest streaming service out there by and large.
Right. Well, it's also, Vinyl Den's not making a fortune, but
I'm making zero off my Spotify playlist.
Right. But I mean, as a channel, your reviews, your content comes from other bands to a degree. You're not like using their music or anything, but when you talk about Green Day, you're using Green Day's name. That's going to get you views because Green Day might be in the title or whatever. Yeah. To me, it's kind of reciprocal. You're talking about them and using them to get views on your channel, and you're recommending that people go listen to their music on
No.
other areas. So to me, I don't see anything hypocritical about that.
I
you're just reciprocating fair use, in my opinion.
Yeah. And as far as like my usage goes, over the last probably 6 months, I've drastically cut down on my streaming.
Yeah.
I stream, I would say for the longest time, it was like, I would say like 65-35. Like I would still stream quite a bit. Like a majority of my time I would stream, because if I was like walking into work, because I got a 10-minute walk from my car to the unit.
Right.
So I would listen to music while I'm walking. If I'm out doing something, I would stream. If I'm like driving across town or whatever, I'll just stream something. It's not actually the point now where I probably stream of my total music consumption, which I listen to music
every day.
Yeah. And I've listened to music almost every single day since I was like 5 years old.
I try to listen to at least one record a day.
Yeah. So I would say of my total music listening, I would say probably 10, maybe 12% is streaming. Mm-hmm. Most of it, like I have a big case that I put I listen to CDs in my car for even when I'm driving to work. I generally listen to CDs. Mm-hmm. I've got a big case like it's fucking 1999 again with all my, because I like keeping my CDs in the jewel cases. Mm-hmm. I don't like the booklets, so I've got a case in my car with my CDs. I'll listen to CDs in my car. I'll listen to audiobooks. I've got a Audible account.
Yep, me too.
I buy audiobooks. I listen to audiobooks. I actually do, probably one of the few people out there that actually still does listen to the radio on occasion. I
haven't for a long time, but if I do, it's just NPR anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I've got a Sirius account. I'll listen to Sirius. Yeah. And like Meady and I drove to Florida for spring break with the kids. Mm. We listened to Sirius the entire time.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about getting those brimstone and fire radio stations
yes,
on the way down.
Yes. So yeah, my streaming consumption has drastically been cut. Mm. I would love to get to the point where I didn't have a streaming service. It's not realistic because I have a 15, 19, and 21-year-old child who...
They stream a lot, I would imagine.
Oh, my youngest does for sure. Reese has CDs that she listens to.
Yeah.
Jack has records. He doesn't listen to them very often, but he probably streams a vast majority of his stuff also. Right. But so it's not really realistic.
To me,
Mandy streams.
It's a convenience thing. At the end of the day, like I said, I use it for exploring new bands and stuff, or new music, just new music in general. But occasionally, if I want something random.
Yeah.
Which isn't very often, maybe once or twice a week tops. But I listen to music all the time. So that's a small percentage. I would say maybe 10%. I'm down to about 10% of streaming.
And someone even mentioned on my Tuesday video last week that I was a hypocrite because I said during my Tuesday video that, I don't remember what album it was. There's a new album that came out this week. I'll stream it and check it out.
Right.
And they're like, oh, you just did a whole video about how
streaming is bad.
About Spotify is the devil.
Yeah, but
and I'm like, yes, but that is one of the things I do on streaming is I will listen to, because I do album reviews. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to go buy every fucking album.
No, and even so, like, if you like it, you'll probably go buy it.
Yes, at 100%.
Right.
If I think it's something that I will listen to at least multiple times a year, I'll buy a copy of it on vinyl.
Right.
If I think I'll listen to it at least once or twice a year, I'll buy a copy of it on CD. Mm-hmm. If I think I'm going to listen to a bunch, guess what? I'll buy it on CD, I'll buy it on record, and probably guess what? I'll buy a second copy on vinyl.
Right.
Also, so.
For me, I'll buy, if it's something I like and want, I hope that it's on Bandcamp. Because when you buy high quality, because they've got high quality 24-bit downloads from Bandcamp, but more of the money goes to the artist. Yeah. I think it's close to 50%.
Something like that.
And you can
sometimes, and some of them they go, it's even more.
It's even more, and you can. There's a list price, but you can pay more if you really want to support your artists.
Yeah.
You can, if the record's listed for $8, you can pay $10.
Yeah.
And I've done that on certain albums. And I feel like this is a good album. I want to support the artist. I'll pay a little extra because it's $10.
Yeah.
Especially for a 24-bit download, because there's not a lot of websites. There's 3 websites that I would go to get that. Bandcamp, HD Tracks, and 7 Digital. 7 Digital It doesn't have as much 24-bit. It's mostly 16-bit, so it's
Yeah.
CD quality. But their interface is good, but they're also like harder to find. Like they got bought out by another company.
Okay.
So when you try to go to their website, it automatically takes you through that company, which has nothing to do with music. You've got to work your way back. HD Tracks is great. Almost everything is 24-bit when it's available.
Yeah.
But it's so expensive. It's like the new Alice Cooper album is $25. I'll just buy the CD.
Yeah.
I've already got it on vinyl. I bought it on vinyl the day of. But if I'm going to buy that, I'm going to buy it on CD or buy it from 7 Digital.
Speaking of that, real quick on a side note, how much did you pay for the album?
I bought it on Amazon. So it was like $20 some.
Okay.
But I just got the black copy.
Because it's a $45 record, right? List price on it was like $45. When you pre-order things when you pre-order albums through Spotify, or not Spotify,
Through Amazon?
I'm talking about Spotify too much. When you pre-order albums on Amazon, from the time you pre-order it until a day after you receive it, you will get the cheapest price. It must have went on sale because it was $45 when I pre-ordered it. I paid $22 for that fucking album. So at some point over that like 2 months that I had on pre-order, there was some big fucking sale.
I don't even think I paid attention when I bought it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because I've got the yellow copy.
Well, I just got the black copy, so
Yeah.
it would have been cheaper anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I paid like $22 or $23 for it. And list price on it, I think it's $44.
Let me look here.
I just thought it was funny, some of the like strange comments. Like I was really surprised how much, like there was somebody even commented and said, well, I stream all my music because I want to support the artists. I'm like, you're not supporting. If you want to support the artists, buy their merch, buy physical copies of their albums, go
Right.
see them in concert. That's how you support artists.
I'll have to check
Streaming their music is not fucking supporting anything but the streaming service and the label. That's it.
and barely the label even.
Yeah.
I have to go through my credit card statement and see what I paid for it because it's listed as $40 right now. I did not pay $40 for it. It was like 20, maybe 25, 26, I think maybe is what I
Yeah.
paid for it.
Okay.
Same with the Jethro Tull Living in the Past box set. I think the list price on that was $60, and I think I paid like $51, $49.99,
Because
something like that.
that is the nice thing about, as much as I bitch and complain about Amazon.
Right.
And I
that's-
try not to buy albums through Amazon, but that is the nice thing about ordering from them is if it goes on sale, you get the cheapest price.
Right. The only problem with, especially during the summer, is if I'm not there when it delivers, it's put on my porch, and my porch is getting direct sunlight all day long. There's no way that record's not melting.
Yeah.
So I don't buy a lot of records in the summertime unless I know for sure I'm going to be there where I can have some. Or I guess I could always have it sent to my dad's house, but then it takes me 2
It's
weeks.
kind of a pain in the ass to do it that way.
Right, because then it takes me 2 weeks to go and get it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Ian. So I pulled up the receipt on Amazon for the copy I bought, the 2LP on yellow vinyl with tax, $21.66.
Yeah, that might be what I paid for the black because I don't think there was a difference.
It probably
in
was.
price. So
If you go on Amazon right now,
it's $39.99.
it's $44.98.
Oh, for the yellow, the black is $39.99. Yeah. So I definitely bought the black. Yeah,
So I was like, damn, I got a smoking deal on that album.
yeah,
Anyway,
you really did. But I was gonna say, and that's another thing, supporting Amazon. Jeff Bezos is a terrible fucking human being. He's a garbage human being.
Yeah.
And giving any money to him sucks. But how else are we gonna? If we stopped in terms of how people are calling you hypocritical, if we were to stop giving money to every company, every corporation that is evil, we would be giving no money away.
I know.
We would have to. Most of us would have to stop fucking working because then we're giving our time
Yeah.
to these places. Every corporation is evil. You just have to try and limit yourself and support where you can. And calling it out and what Spotify does towards its artists, it might be the most that you or I could do short of just getting rid of our subscription.
Yeah.
And as we pointed out, we're barely using that anyway.
Yeah. And I don't have a Spotify.
Right.
I mean, I have a free account. I did have a paid subscription
Right.
for a few years. I mean, I even talked about it in the video. I've been using Spotify for a long time. It was probably
I've been using it since it was $8 a month.
I think I opened my Spotify account, my first Spotify account. I think it was 2011 or 2012.
Oh, that's Let's see. Well, no, I guess that.
And I didn't.
I don't think I think I started mine in like 2015.
And I didn't switch over until Apple Music. I didn't switch over to Apple Music until I think 2017.
Yeah. I tried Apple Music. I just don't like the way it's set up.
It's because you're used to using Spotify.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And I just to go through and do everything that I've already done with Spotify.
The nice thing is,
but even Apple, as you said,
there's now a website, or now there's now a way to actually, if you go to Apple Music, you can actually import all of your playlists automatically from Spotify to Apple Music.
If I was going to change streaming services at any point, I'd go to Tidal.
I probably would too.
It's more expensive, but I'm pretty sure it's all high def audio, guaranteed. I hope.
Yeah.
If I was going to switch, that's what I would do. Yeah. But I can't
it's like $30 a month.
Right. I can't justify that. I'd have to get rid of several other streaming services in order to justify that. And if I'm only going to use it the same way I'm using Spotify, there's no point.
Yeah.
I might use it more because it is better quality audio. But who knows? Yeah. And I don't want anything to come between me and actually having either a full digital ownership of it, a digital copy that's mine, or a CD or a record. I don't want anything standing in the way of that. So until I like I said, in my opinion, the streaming model, and this goes across the board, is doomed to failure. And there's a reason why a lot of movie directors are now saying we need to push for physical media again.
Yeah. And who did
James Cameron just came out? I think.
Who did Oppenheimer? Is it Christopher Nolan?
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan just did a big thing about it too.
Yeah. Physical media, it's the only way you're going to make sure that it can't be taken away from you. You don't own the product, but you own the ability to enjoy the product when you want to. And that's what streaming will end up eventually taking away. And that includes the music. Music will be the last to suffer from it because it's a lot easier. Yeah. But you can already see it. You go on Netflix, there's a list of all the movies that are going to be leaving this month. And when they go, they may never come back. Yeah. So if it's a movie you want to watch, you're going to have to buy it from Amazon in a digital copy anyway.
I would just, not from Amazon. You can buy good physical copies for cheap. Right through Amazon, but actually,
I meant like if you don't want to have the physical copies, and you buy it digitally, you're still going to have to buy it from somewhere. And there's not a lot of websites that sell movies digitally, especially in good quality.
Here's my thing though, and actually, speaking of movies, if I do collect Blu-ray now, also I will say that I finally do have all of the Infinity Saga from Marvel on Blu-ray now. But anyway. Whole different side topic.
Right.
I was just talking to my brother-in-law not too long ago, and we were actually talking about this, and I even said to him, because he was asking me why are you buying Blu-ray or physical movies? And I was like, because a lot of times the shit I want to watch, first off, a lot of that shit is not on a streaming service.
Right.
I can't watch Dogma on a fucking streaming service.
Not yet.
Not yet. You will be able to.
Yeah,
I can't watch Meet the Feebles.
No.
Even though
then again, why would you want to?
No one should watch Meet the Feebles.
That's a one-time in a lifetime watch.
You can't watch 8 Men Out.
Right. Well, that's definitely a rewatch.
You can't watch what's another great movie? Backbeat. You can't watch Backbeat on a
Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. Yeah. I had to buy a digital copy off Amazon.
So we were talking about this, and I was like, "That's why I buy movies, because first off, I want to have a copy of it. Secondly, the movies I do love, Good Will Hunting is a perfect example. Mm-hmm. There's I think it was the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary version of that movie. You can buy it on Blu-ray. I have a copy of it. It's got extra scenes in it. It's got documentaries and stuff. You don't get any of that stuff,
right?
Whatever's on Netflix is whatever the basic bare bone version of that movie is.
You'll get it in the highest quality stream as your internet and everything will allow.
Yeah,
which is true. I mean, I pay extra to make sure that I get the maximum.
Yeah, for
Netflix, but there's so many times I've like, I really want to watch that movie, can't find it. It's not available. Yeah. Or I see it on, I'm going to watch that my next day off, and I go, it's gone.
Yeah.
I just don't like being told what I can and cannot watch. Yeah. And if you buy physical media, it's there. It's not going anywhere.
Nope.
So,
and the great thing is you can watch it. Like I was talking to my brother-in-law because he was like, how are you watching movies? Because we were upstairs in my living room.
Uh-huh.
He's like, how are you watching movies out here? There's not DVD player, Blu-ray player.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my old PS4 because they don't make vertical standing DVD players or Blu-ray players.
Right.
But a PS4 will stand vertically, so I can stand behind my TV.
Ah, okay.
So he was like, "Oh, that's a really great idea." That's when we started talking about movies and owning actually physical copies of your movies. And
right.
by the end of our conversation, and then the end of the night, he was like, "I need to start buying movies again." That's why.
Yeah, because
own your entertainment.
Exactly.
Own your entertainment.
You don't own the movie. You own the ability to watch it whenever you want.
And that's the thing. And that's the big trade-off. And that's one thing that's going to be very hard to break people away from.
Right.
Is that the ease and the convenience of having anything you want at your fingertips. But that's also I think that could be a positive thing with movies and music, having more availability. With movies and TV, I mean. With music, I think it's a downside because ever since I've been doing these new release videos every Tuesday, I'm not shitting you, Ian. There are hundreds and hundreds of fucking albums that come out every single week. Yeah. Every week. Mm-hmm. I saw something a couple days ago. Actually, part of the video I did was about AI music because it said there are 10,000 AI songs uploaded to Spotify a day.
That's insane.
10,000. So when there's a good album that gets released, how fucking hard is it to find?
Well, I can tell you, Spotify every Friday morning, and granted, it is somewhat curated to my listening habits, but trust me, my Spotify is very broad.
Yeah.
Every Friday there'd be a big list of all the new albums that came out that kind of fit within my tastes, and there'd be a ton. Now that whole section's gone.
Yeah.
I have to search through to find anything that's new on Friday mornings.
Yeah. That's the thing, and that's why I think that where streaming has kind of hurt, streaming in general has hurt music, is having more doesn't make it better.
No.
When we had, prior to this, to the Napster, we'll say the Napster revolution, because Napster really changed it all.
Yeah.
Prior to Napster, labels went out and hunted down bands and signed them to contracts, promoted their music. Not everyone in the fucking world could make a goddamn album, which is what you do now.
Right.
Like, I have enough equipment sitting 5 feet from us that I could record an album.
Right.
Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
And the CEO of Spotify, that was one of the things he said. He said that's why we're living in this kind of golden age for music, because you can make music for free in your closet. And I'm like, that's not a positive.
Right.
That's not
Have you heard some of the music that comes out?
And every time someone bitches and complains about how music today sucks, I'm like, it doesn't. There is great fucking music.
It's just buried underneath.
It is just buried under the mountain of bullshit that the mainstream wants to push out there, because
it's easy and cheap.
And that's another thing. Speaking of Machine Gun Kelly, and I know we're running long, and I kind of want to end it here pretty soon. Machine Gun Kelly gets a lot of shit, but I think Machine Gun Kelly is kind of what is right with music, because so many artists today are so afraid to push the boundaries, do something different, do something outside of what they've done before, because of the negative social media attacks that they get for doing anything that's fucking different.
Right.
That's one thing I give Machine Gun Kelly a lot of credit for, is he doesn't fucking care. He does what he wants to do. Right. Critics be damned. And I think
there's a lot of examples.
That's something else that's hurt music today.
I agree.
It's watered down music because labels don't want to push controversial acts. Labels don't want to have that.
Well, there's
on
that,
them.
and I think, but that's always existed.
It's worse now.
It is worse now, but I think there's on a slight positive from that is are some examples of bands that 30 years ago never would have been popular, never would have made it. Greta Van Fleet, 30 years ago, a band that even slightly sounds like Led Zeppelin, no.
Yeah.
Ghost, never. Their shtick alone,
even though their new album is ass, like it's not good.
Oh, it's not bad. It's just not as good as the last albums. But I'm a big enough Ghost fan where I can see the flaws in an album, but I don't really think they've made a bad album yet.
No.
But, same with Greta Van Fleet. I was not a big fan of their last Starcatcher. I didn't think it was half as good as their other albums.
The album was good. The mix was horrible.
Well, there's that, and then maybe why I didn't like it as much, but I didn't feel there was the same amount of passion in it.
Starcatcher, I think, was a victim of that criticism, because what's their big criticism against Greta Van Fleet?
That they sound too much like Led
is
Zeppelin?
the way that their lead singer sounds.
So they mixed him down?
They blended him into the music, and it hurt the fucking album.
Not to jump subjects, because you're going to end it anyway, but apparently some members of Greta Van Fleet have a new album coming out on a side project called Mirrodone or something.
Okay.
Mirror.
I'll check it out.
It came up in my Google news feed, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to let Nick know about that.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
So.
But all right, let's kind of end it there. We're kind of running longer than I wanted to, but that's what we do. We ramble on about endless nonsense.
We shouldn't call this Life in General. We should just call this show Rambling On.
That's why it's Life in General.
Right.
But because we didn't even get to half the political shit I wanted to talk about, but
which might be a blessing.
It
might increase viewership by at least 5.
So here's the thing, kind of as far as like watching and listening, this is gonna be available on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a Facebook page on that stuff. No social media accounts for the podcast.
Don't really need it. YouTube has its own social media.
Yeah, and I will post the audio on podcasts. The thing is with podcasts, though, like
it's so oversaturated.
It's so oversaturated.
Right.
Everyone and their fucking brother has a podcast.
When you've got celebrities doing podcasts, there's no way anyone gives a shit about what we're saying.
You've got celebrities doing podcasts that aren't even that fucking popular of a podcast.
Right.
That goes to show
how I feel like podcasts are going to start going the way of streaming, because now, like MSNBC, not that I would ever do it anyway, you have to pay for all their podcasts. You have to subscribe to their channel, and it's a financial subscription. Like,
so anyway,
who the fuck's gonna listen to that?
If you're watching us, give the episode a thumbs up, drop a comment, let us know. I don't know, what did we talk about? We talked about Spotify.
We talked about we did a little music quiz.
Oh yeah, the music quiz.
I got. Well, I would say I did 50% on. I did good on it, 50%.
Yeah. Drop us a comment. Let us know how you think Ian did on the top.
You can just drop us a comment and just say how much you fucking hate me. I'm good with that.
Yeah, whatever. But I don't know. So come back and check us out. I think I'm gonna post these videos on Wednesdays, like Wednesday, like noonish.
Yeah.
So it might be a week or two. I got a pretty busy week ahead, so it might be an extra week before I get this put out. But this will be out. There'll be at least 2 episodes this week and the following week. We'll see moving forward how often we do this, though. But
getting together has been tough because we're on different weekends. Now you have every weekend off. However, until they get that scheduling thing on the weekends where I only get 3 days off, I'm not doing anything because I already have to go see my dad. So
I don't know. Follow us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. All that YouTube kind of stuff.
Indeed.
But that's all we got. Until next time.
Talk to y'all later.
Peace.